Welcome back to Proof I'm Not a Sham Part 3, and here we have Mike Rutherford's Small Creeps Day. People of progressive rock caliber, aficionados, fans, obsessives, be them musos, be them pop pickers. Well, they wouldn't be pop pickers. If they rate this album, they wouldn't be pop pickers. But I remember hearing the song Working in Line on the radio. Peter Powell, Tea Time Radio 1 in 1980. And being absolutely blown away by the rapid acoustic guitar playing. Probably Anthony was helping him, but not credited, because this is what these guys lived for. Before the 80s, they lived for acoustic 12-string guitars, rapidly twisting through the air while sitting cross-legged in a yellow-flowered meadow. But then something happened. Mike Rutherford said, I've got to do this album, and then I've got to completely forget about it. And I'm going to live in a your own special way bubble. And I'm going to write romantic, soft rock ballads. And I'm going to put my fingers along the strings. I'm going to put my palm, the inside of my right palm, on the strings, on the pickups, by the pickups, and I'm going to use a dampened effect from 1978 onwards, and I'm going to write classic, beautiful pop songs. Your Own Special Way notwithstanding, because I've never, ever heard a worse song than Your Own Special Way. Absolutely appalling. Let's get back to Small Creeps Day. When it came out, I was excited. I loved Working in Line, the single. On the B-side was Compression. Didn't get round to appreciating it. It was an early Genesis. Oh, I've said the word again. It was an early Genesis song, probably. Possibly written by Anthony. Needs confirmation. Between the Tick and the Tock just shows you, doesn't it? This song embodies this album, where you expect guitars, you've got keyboards everywhere, and bass, pedals. Not in this particular song. It's a very ploddy, atmospheric opener. Then you get Working in Line, sung, of course, by Noel McCullough. Am I right? Am I right? Yes, I am right. He's buried in a reverby mix, isn't he? But he's still good. You know, there's this reverence that vocalists had when working with members of the G band, where they thought, I can't possibly sing as well as Peter or Phil, so I've got to kind of pretend to be in the same way that Phil used to pretend that he was a public schoolboy, and he was very reticent to show any characteristics of his working class background. Not working class background, Jack the Lad background. So what you got is a reticence on Noel McCullough's part to have character. He's just singing Genesis songs as Genesis would probably desire them to be sung. So we move on through the story, and by the way, we've all turned into that gentleman, haven't we? We've all turned into him, haven't we? We have indeed. After Hours, Cats and Rats in This Neighbourhood is spoilt by Simon Phillips's artificial drum sound. Still very good though. Small Creep Alone is moody. Out in the Daylight is the Duke's Travels of this album, where everything is joyous and resplendent and solved. And then, of course, you get the End of the Day. And it's all a bit wishy-washy on reflection, isn't it? It's all a bit put your phone in the air. It's good, but it could be so much better. The production, and I know now why Mike Rutherford does not rate this album. It's dated, but it's still great, because you flip this record over and you got Moonshine, which is bass pedal paradise, and then you've got Time and Time Again, which is a beautiful ballad, much better than Your Own Special Way. And then you've got the funk of Romany, and then you've got a beautiful strummy 12-string, Every Road That I Take Is the Same, and then you've got the gorgeous funk of Overnight Job. So again, you got to ask, why isn't this album repackaged, remixed, remastered, sold to the masses and stated as a classic pop prog crossover album? Because that's what it is. I mean, we can all disagree about the long song, but you know, if you kind of bring down those dated sounds a bit and get that Stevie Wilson guy, who I've got no time for his recordings, he might as well revisit the classic prog moments, albeit 80s. You know, this is an 80s classic prog album. So let's just recommend it to be remixed, remastered, repackaged with sleeve notes, with Mike actually writing down why he's not satisfied with it, and then let Stevie Wilson guy, who knows how to turn a knob or two, tell him get the best out of it. Bring Noel up, get some backing vocals in. I'm sure Mikey gave some backing vocals back in the day, although let's not mention the vocals of Acting Very Strange, which we might get to in this beautiful Proof That I'm Not a Sham playlist. I'm not going to give a mark. I've enjoyed talking about it. Absolute nonsense, of course, but hope you've enjoyed it. My favourite song is Romany. I think Mike, as a bassist, is phenomenal. As a writer, he's flawed, but when he gets it right, he gets it perfect. Diolch yn fawr am wrando. Thank you for listening. Goodbye.